Guys, and well, hi, hey guys, and I'm back for another video, and you might hear you might see my voice is different, guys. I actually, and two, I'm wearing headphones and recording, so what is this? Okay, leave that. So today, this is we're going to play some Pixel Gun 3D Hacked. So let's get to this. So it's loading up, and so be quiet for the whole time while all of this is loading. So yeah. Okay, it's loaded up, and so yep. So yeah, this is all the stuff. Well, this hack only get to when you open the game. It's only level 1, and oh yeah, I forgot. You can't. This is offline. This hack is offline. So actually, let's not play this. Actually, guys, let's. I know this might be a weird video, but let's watch a video while I'm making a video. So I'm gonna just be quiet for the whole time, guys, so you guys can hear the video. And so let's pick a video here. Watch Stupidest Wave, and let me see this.
Many fans and subscribers of the
Okay,
channel
here.
have asked the glaring question, is Luke really the last remaining Jedi after all his students were massacred by the Knights of Ren and Kylo? The very short answer to this question is yes, and before I get into the explanation as to why exactly we know this, I want to bring up the bigger question that this raises. How were Kylo and the Knights of Ren so extremely effective at dispatching every other Jedi? When Darth Vader stormed the Jedi Temple in Revenge of the Sith, some Jedi were able to escape from the temple itself. Although not many were successful at it, some were. The details of the massacre at Luke's Academy is something that I find highly intriguing and leaves many questions unanswered. Back into why for a fact we know Luke is the last remaining Jedi. For starters, it's blatantly stated in the first few lines of the opening crawl for The Force Awakens. Luke
That is
Skywalker
really
has vanished.
interesting.
In his absence, the sinister First Order has risen from the ashes of the Empire and will not rest until Skywalker, the last Jedi, has been destroyed. So the opening lines give us a ton of information on Luke, the obvious being he is indeed the last remaining Jedi, and also that the First Order did not rise until after Luke went into self-imposed exile. I take this as the First Order didn't attack or make any aggressive advancements until after Luke went away, rather than the First Order being formed until after Luke left, because we know for a fact the Order was around while Luke was as well. To add to this, Snoke constantly refers to Luke as the Last Jedi in the Force Awakens novelization, and views Luke as the final threat that stands between them and gaining complete control over the galaxy. This is why in The Force Awakens so much emphasis was placed on finding Luke on behalf of the First Order. The map to Luke is in fact the whole driving force for the film. It's also very interesting to note that although Snoke fears Luke a great deal on his own, he is also more afraid of the greater implications upon Skywalker's return. Snoke says that if Skywalker returns, the Jedi will rise once again, and the First Order will be stomped out, not that if Skywalker returns he will destroy us all on his own. This shows Snoke is more in fear of the bigger picture and students Luke can train to combat the First Order and himself, rather than solely Luke's return. Again, going back to the death of all the other Jedi, though, there must have been something very big and impactful at play that allowed the Knights of Ren to so effectively slaughter the Jedi Order. It's quite intriguing to note that Snoke fears the return of the Jedi so intensely and yet had such prior ease eradicating them with his forces prior to Luke's departure. To me at least, there must be something much larger at play that is yet to be revealed, that allowed the Knights of Ren to destroy the Jedi as effectively as they did. An answer and popular theory surrounding this is that the major advantage the Knights of Ren may have had over the past Jedi was in fact Ben Solo. It could have been not only the power of Ben Solo that enabled Snoke and the Knights of Ren so much, but his status and relationship to Luke. It was said by Leia and Han in The Force Awakens that Luke did attempt to reach Ben, but that he was unsuccessful. This even shows us that Luke may have been somewhat aware of the darkness within Kylo prior to his ultimate betrayal. An interesting thought is that Luke himself very well could have had the opportunity to kill Kylo and save his students before they were all slaughtered, but did not take it out of sentiment for his nephew. I really love this thought, as it forms an extremely fascinating circle between Luke and his father Vader before him. As it was said by Snoke that sentiment on behalf of Vader is what toppled the Empire when he was unable to kill his son Luke, and now it could be that sentiment on Luke's behalf is what toppled the Jedi when he refused to kill his nephew, Kylo. An extension of what was said prior could also be in place here, that Luke was unable to kill any of his former students and thus allowed the others to be butchered by his fallen students, now possibly known as the Knights of Ren. This somewhat could make sense, as various concept art for the Knights of Ren did feature several in possession of lightsabers. To close it all off, yes, Luke is indeed the last of the Jedi, but he is also currently in the story in prime position to change this. Rey has arrived on Ahch-To and is willing and ready to commence with training under Jedi Master Luke Skywalker, and Snoke's and Kylo's ultimate fear is beginning to become a realization, as the Jedi may full well return in the form of Rey and Luke. So tell me what you think about Luke being the last of the Jedi, and how do you think the Jedi will end up returning, if at all? Do you too believe it was sentiment that destroyed the past Jedi and forced Luke into exile, or do you favor other theories such as mutiny? Are there any other theories that you find to be more likely, or do you just fall under the assumption that the Knights of Ren were better prepared to massacre the Jedi and there is no hidden piece behind the destruction of the Order? All insight and theories are welcome, and I can't wait to hear what you guys think. As always, thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you.
So that was the video, guys, and